Hi, mystery writers. Today I wanted to talk about something that to some people could feel a little woo-woo, but it's about being in the flow, and it's about being in the flow with your characters when you're writing. Uh, and I wanted to start with a quote from Ray Bradbury, who said, "First, find out what your hero wants, then just follow him." And I think it's like the writer's surprise gift. Uh, you know when you're in the zone and the story flows. And if you use an outline to hit the main beats of your story, you'll know what you want to accomplish in this scene. So, I don't know, your characters may be sitting on a park bench in the snow, or digging a ditch as Nazi prisoners, or chasing the bad guys, or any scene you can possibly imagine. And you begin a dialogue between characters, and then all of a sudden, they are saying things you hadn't planned or considered. So listen to your characters. If you are into your story and know what makes your characters tick, uh, and the words start coming, just listen. Your characters will add new dimensions to the scene. You already know how to dispense with banalities. Hello, it's a great day, that kind of stuff. And get right to the conversation when you're writing dialogue for fiction. So think of your dialogue in the same way um, as the scene. So start late, leave early, right? And think of your dialogue in that same way. Dialogue that begins in media res, as it were, without a preamble, is a strong way to begin a scene and draw the reader in. Dialogue that ends early is a structured way to end a scene or chapter, often with just like cliffhanger moment, um, where your readers wondering, oh, what's going to happen next? What are they going to say next? What are they going to do next? And that keeps their interest. They want to turn the page to find out what happens. And so all of that dialogue adds to the story. As a storyteller, those unexpected words that come from your character can foreshadow a later moment in the story. They can add depth to both characters because the other character has to respond to what your character unexpectedly said. Um, and and you can complicate the plot and deepen the relationships among the characters within the story, and add other character dimensions. So there's a lot that you can pull from dialogue when your characters are speaking, and just listen. Uh, the benefit of having a rough outline is that as the dialogue hints of a story change, because you know what's coming next, right? You can make notes in the outline that further incorporate the discoveries as your character speaks. So, as the character speaks, you are discovering more about your story. And those surprise moments from the characters often lead to other conversations later in the story that you can pick up on later. It's like the setup and the payoff, but it just happens in dialogue. Um, so, in order for your characters to have conflict with their conversations, you need to know them inside and out. You do. And you need to know the backstory that's never mentioned that would prompt a character to think or respond, or say the words. You know that. That's in your head. And you know how the two characters relate to each other with friendship or love or antagonism, um, annoyance, hate, or unsuspecting naivete. It's all about your character's character, right? And so your character is speaking in character. So one of the things I think that can really help you as a writer is to add dialogue notes to your character background. Character background is that place where you explore all the facets of your character, but you can include dialogue in that character background. And the same way that you have physical descriptions, an internal goal and an external goal, and fears and likes and habits, all the things that you put in your character background, right? You can make notes about how they speak. Do they repeat a catchphrase like, got your back? Or sometimes they even say it at subtext when they don't really mean it. Uh, but your reader has realized that this is something that this particular character says, and so you can play with that. And also how they speak, their syntax, as it were. Um, do they speak in short staccato phrases? Do they speak in run on sentences that seem to never end? Do they ask a lot of questions? Let's hope that your mystery sleuth is asking questions, right? Uh, for instance, is a question how they approach a new situation? Is one of the first things that pops into their head a question. How did this happen? What do I do next? Those are questions, right? I've been watching um, The Old Man, new series. It's still in progress. Um, it's on Hulu for free and also available for a small fee from on other channels. But it's this great dialogue, and you want to see some characters in action with their dialogue. Remember, I say dialogue is action. It's just another thing your character does. You might want to watch the at least the first episode of The Old Man because it does have some great dialogue. I went back and reread the book on which the series is based, and the dialogue is not as crisp in the book. So it's just a recent thing, The Old Man, um, with some great dialogue going on. So essentially, what I wanted to say today is the better you understand your characters, each one of them, right? Um, the more surprising words will pop out unbidden, and then you just listen. All right, I hope that helps. If you have any questions about this, please put them in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. Um, I I think that when we are in touch with our characters, so much happens as we're writing. So we don't have to plan out every word that they say. When we get in that writing flow, their dialogue becomes enlivened by their character attributes. Okay, thanks for being here and keep writing.